Here I am talking on mute. Oh my God. Hi, Melinda. Thank you. I know, isn't it amazing? Who I really got to thank for that is Melissa Jade. If it wasn't for her, this won't be happening right now. So now, court is on a short break. It's not supposed to start until 12:30, I think. And I had mine set for 12. Hold on, let me see what's going on. Hold on a minute. Oh, here we go. I do too. I'm so grateful for her. And I tell her that too. Here we go.
Yes. Slide that mic over, slide it over. I know it's in hard here. I'm not sure, but it says check connection. Let me see if he's so I can start if we can get the tech person.
Alex, can you get Mark?
Yes, sir.
Sorry, there's a red light on the side. Is it supposed to be green if it's?
I'm not sure. Normally, the issue is just that it's not turned on, but I know it turned on because there was a box that popped up.
All right, we'll have Mark is the computer, the audio visual. We'll have him come up and take a moment. But in the interim, can we get started?
Absolutely. So we were talking about as the defendant was walking away from this parking lot, you said you looked over and you saw 12E putting the knife in his pocket, and then 12E walked after the defendant. Are you with me there?
Yes.
Okay, that's where I want to pick up today. You said at the end of your testimony yesterday, you talked about this being a white flag situation, and then you said that you were screaming out how Rocky had failed us. Do you recall that?
Yes.
What did you mean when you said that?
Like meaning.
What did you say?
I was just like, said something about 12 years, said something about bills, said something about just overall.
Can you say the words that you said to the best of your
I
relative?
don't really remember because
You don't remember
I
any of
don't
the
want to
words?
lie. I don't want to like. I just remember just 3 years ago. Like, if I look at my statement,
If you don't remember word for word,
I don't wanna, like,
just
yeah.
give us the sum and substance of it.
When you said, I said something about 12B, do you remember at all what it was that you were talking about? I understand.
Probably the contents of him like, like not having emotion no more. Like, you know what I mean? Because the whole thing was that I think the complex con. I don't think they even seen Rocky or did anything, to be honest. 12 was complaining about the dude. You know what I mean? Like 2 days prior when I seen him. So it was like people wasn't happy.
When you say, did you say not having motion?
Yeah, but that's not his fault. It's just kind of like.
No, Mr. Ever, I'm just trying to understand. I just didn't catch the word. I wasn't sure if you said motion or emotion. You said not having motion, correct?
Yeah, so I'm telling him he's not what it seems to be. Like it's not. You're not like Instagram is just fake. Like you're back. You work construction. You went on tour for 6 years. Like.
Okay.
I don't get it.
Were these some of the things that you were saying about 12E?
Yeah, because we're a brother, we're supposed to be lifting
Hold
each
on,
other
both
up.
can't talk at the same time. Ask the question again. Oh, okay, hold on, time. Mark, the monitor over here, can't get it to work. These are all on C. Okay, yeah, that looks good. Can you take a look, please? Yeah. So you can get it to work. No, yeah. You know, if worse comes to worse, you can use mine and I'll just look at the poster. You can't get that from Howard.
Mystery, mine went out. I said if it helps with the mystery, mine went out too.
Not that there's any pressure on you.
Yeah, I know, right? Yeah, nobody's watching.
Martin, we push here for here.
Sound off?
That said,
Okay. Yeah, right now, it's not getting Howard.
All right, let me tell you something about this courtroom. This courtroom makes me laugh. You know why? Because, okay, I'm not trying to be mean, but I'm going to be blunt. I think, what would you call it? Like a Barney Viper, like courtroom? Okay. The judge, he's hilarious. He's something else. This is like 1990s type stuff. The sound sucks. I don't know who's got the pool camera, okay? But the sound sucks, okay? The quality sucks. Just saying, okay? I'm not hating. I'm not hating on the judge's courtroom, okay? Well, proof that's me, been dealing with aftermath. Oh gosh, I'm so sorry. Oh boy, I heard it looks like a bomb was dropped. That's horrible. I'm so sorry. Ain't that awful? So yeah, okay. I'm sure everybody knows this is Rihanna's baby daddy, okay? And he's accused of allegedly shooting his friend. He's saying it was a prop gun. We did see the video that they said it was an automatic assault weapon. Hold on a minute. I'm okay. We'll just take. Oh, jeez. That's right. You got horses. You went to feed your horses the other day. But so I heard the judge say earlier, it sounds like Rihanna is in the courtroom. So I don't know what that's going to cause there. You know, she's very well known. She's a billionaire. She's worldwide. I've never heard of this guy until he was with her. That is awesome. Hey, Misty, where are you at? Are you at work, Misty?
You were saying things about.
Oh,
It's pretty much naming the whole, like, what's the question again?
What were the kinds of things you were saying about 12?
I was just saying, like, towards Rocky.
Towards
Or
12,
towards
let's start with 12 first.
I was kind of talking towards like Rocky though, but after 12, but I was just like, he's not like what he's supposed to be. Bills is not what he's supposed to be. But that's not me saying that it was his problem. It was like, you got the foundation, you want to hold the rock. You know what I mean?
When you say not his problem, who are you talking about?
Rockies. But I said it because he's the one that's got all of us there for his shows, this and that. They're not giving credit where credit's due. So it's like, you know what I mean? When you go down the line, like what I said yesterday, it's only Barry, Ferg, Rocky who really successful. But when you really look at it, it's a lot of ASAP members. That's not his fault, but it's like you give credit where credit's due. So that's pretty much what I was saying.
Okay. The comments that you were making about Swelby, were they negative comments about him?
I wouldn't say negative. I mean, yeah, like truthful, kind of, my truth, but
I mean, were you saying, have you said in the past that one of the things you said about 12E is that he went on tour with the defendant for 8 or 9 years, but he was still living in the projects?
I don't know if that he personally was living in the projects, but I know
No,
he
did
went
you
back.
say
Yeah, I
that?
said that, yeah.
And about Hills, I mean, would you agree that that statement about 12E is not a positive statement?
No,
You would not agree?
I would agree. You're not positive, yeah.
Okay. And the statement that you were making about Hills, do you remember the words that you said?
I just said he's a crackhead.
Okay.
Like, he's not like, been letting like,
Would you also agree that's not a positive comment to make about Hills?
yeah, I agree.
Would you, were you directing your comments at the defendant, or were you saying each of these things to 12B and to Hills directly?
I was just saying in general, like, everybody live right next to each other, everybody can hear, you know what I mean? I was just trying to like still back me up, like, yo, chill, you know?
Okay. I believe you said yesterday at the end that you were trying to verbally express how you feel. Is that
Mm-hmm.
what you're saying?
Yeah, because I felt like I'm never gonna see Rocky again due to the circumstances, so I'm just gonna let him know how I feel.
Can you explain that to the jury more? When you say, I know I'm never gonna see Rocky again, what is that?
I mean, the circumstances, I mean, the situation that happened. Like, why would we ever see each other? You know what I mean? So I felt like I didn't want him to go back and then talk about it and everybody just laugh and think, oh, Rocky just pulled the gun on Rel, shot at, well, before then, he didn't shoot yet, but pulled the gun on Rel and made this big scene. You know what I mean? So I'm like, bro, I know him 15 years. I know everybody over there, just about 15 years, not Jamel, but it was, I know for like 15 years.
I believe you said yesterday that when you went into this, what you call linking up with him, it was to repair things with you, correct?
Yeah.
After he pulled the gun on you, how were you feeling at that point?
I mean, he grabbed me first, so that everything, all bets is off the table. Like, I'm thinking, what are we doing here? Like, you know what I mean?
How are you feeling though?
Wait, what you mean?
How are you feeling after having this, after he pulled this gun on you?
Oh, I was like mad. I was like, I can't believe this just happened. You know what I mean?
And was there anything else about the presence of Ills and 12 being there that contributed to you being mad?
No, like them being there, like just got me mad, leaving.
Did that change anything, the fact that the two of them?
No, not at all.
All right. At that moment, immediately after the gun was first pointed at you, as the defendant is walking away, did you have any animosity towards Ills?
No, I never had a problem with it.
I believe you said that both you and Ills then walked down the street following after the defendant, but the two of you were walking together, correct?
I mean, it wasn't really following nobody, I'm just talking. They're all walking together. You know what I mean?
But you're headed in the same direction.
Yeah,
that
he's at a hard out, yes,
And he's ahead of you, correct?
yes.
All right. So as the defendant got to the street, the street corner at the end of Argyle, where did he go?
I think he made a left on that street, he made a left.
Do you remember the name of the street?
No, I'm not probably.
Okay. And when he made a left, where did he go from there?
He kept going straight till he got about to the street, to the end of the street corner. Like where the stop sign is at.
Were you still behind him at that point?
Yeah.
Still walking in the same direction that he was walking?
Yeah.
Now, from what you've described, going down to the end of the street, making a left, and going all the way to the stop sign, at that point, you knew he had a gun, correct?
Yeah, I think I got.
He had just shown it to you.
Yes.
And was it that entire walk, that entire time that you were expressing to him how you feel?
Yes,
In what you already described as an angry tone or an elevated tone?
yeah, pretty much, yeah.
Why would you follow behind someone that you know is armed with a gun and verbally tell them how you feel in the way that you did?
I told you already because I felt like I would never see him again. And I felt like since he put it away in one of the busy streets in Hollywood, like he's definitely not gonna shoot this shit. Shoot it.
So you, at that moment, did not believe that he would shoot you?
That never, no.
Yeah. Did you believe at that moment that he would shoot you?
What do you mean? Can you say it again?
The way that I asked the question before was a double negative, so your answer's not clear. So I just want to ask you a different way. Did you believe at that moment that he would shoot you?
At what moment when I'm walking with him?
When he's first walking away and you're walking in the same direction he's walking?
No. Well, I don't know. To be honest, I wasn't thinking straight at that moment. I had a lot on my mind. I just wanted to get what was on my chest off.
Do you think you would have reacted differently in this situation had that been a stranger that had first walked you?
What do you mean?
Meaning, if a stranger pulled a gun on you, do you think you'd walk after them and essentially?
No, because I have no business. I mean, I got away from a life-threatening situation. But in that situation, I felt like maybe he put the gun away, and seeing Jamel with the knife, it furthered me wanting to say what was on my chest.
Okay. When you got to the area where the stop sign was that you described, you made the left turn, you walked to the stop sign, that's what you said, right?
Yes,
Who was the first person that got to where the stop sign was?
Rocky,
And then who was the next person?
Jamel.
And then after that?
It was basically like me and it was fine.
And when you got to the stop sign area with Ills, what was the next thing that happened?
I'm still talking, but then I see Rocky turn around. Can I explain what happened?
Yeah.
So I see Rocky turn around. When he turned around, he was like, kind of looked like a movie. The whole thing looked like a movie, like, you know what I mean? So he kind of like pointed down. He shot the first shot. When he shot the first shot, I felt my hand hot. So I grabbed Ills, used him as a shield. He's going around trying to shoot me between the Ills. 12B is off to the side. I'm not really worried about him. I'm just trying to like not get hit at this point.
You said, as you were saying that he had the gun out, you had your right arm extended about shoulder high. Is that-
Yeah, because he kind of like, when he turned around, he kind of like his back was turned, like it was kind of like just you turn around, the gun's there, he kind of like jumped when he shot, and kind of shot down, like, you know what I'm saying?
The gun that he was holding, did it look like the same gun that he pulled on you at the parking lot?
Yeah,
And when you say he shot down, what do you mean by that?
I mean, like it was kind of like this. It wasn't like I don't know, he pointing and doing, but it wasn't like aiming at you. It was kind of like that. So he, like I said, it was like a movie kind of like boom, and then like just running around trying to like hit me.
Okay, the motion he made with his arm, Your Honor. Yeah, so he had his arm extended out, and then as he was saying shot down, he lifted his arm up to about head high, and then had his pointer finger sort of pointed forward but in a downward trajectory.
Hand was higher than
Well, I don't really remember, but from what like, it was more like it was fast. He turned around, and then it was like boom. You know what I mean? Like
yeah.
not like that.
Okay. You said that as he shot the gun the first time,
Mhm.
you said your hand felt hot, correct?
Yeah,
Where on your hand felt hot?
my left hand. just right above my knuckles. Like my knuckles is right here, below my knuckles. So it's right here. And if I was to fall, you would see other injuries on that picture from that day from my knuckles and all around here. That's why. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Okay, yeah, I'm just have to, when you point this out, I have to describe it. So
my knuckles, my
what
hands,
he's
I
pointing
still
to,
got the
Your Honor,
mark from that day.
what he's pointing to are the middle knuckles on his left hand. Kind of, he has his hand sort of curled and going across.
Yeah, right there. So it's right
Hold
here.
on, hold on. Both hands up at the same time. So wait, go ahead.
I think I was done. He motioned with his right hand across his left hand, middle knuckles.
Ask another question.
You said that you then, got behind Hills, correct?
I dashed to him. I got ran to him and then just grabbed him.
How did Hills react to this?
Oh, he was like petrified. He was screaming. After he literally said, "You could have got me killed." And I said, "What? You came with him?"
Wait, I want to say right at that moment though, I don't want to jump ahead. So right at that moment, you're saying he was petrified, correct?
Petrified.
Physically, what did he do? Did he move at all?
He was petrified. I grabbed him and he's like screaming, "No, no, no." And I'm using him every which way.
When you say petrified though, is he moving at all or is he standing still?
Yeah, he's trying to move. And then he dropped his body.
Okay. And were you intentionally trying to position Hills between you
Oh,
and the
yeah.
defendant?
Yeah.
Okay.
Anybody that would have been there, I would have did that, especially if you came with him.
And then, Welby or Jamel, what did he do?
I don't know because I'm too busy grabbing ills. I don't really see what 12 is. He's off to the side. I see him off to the side the whole time, but I don't really know what's going on. I don't even see them running off really. Like, I'm still dealing like with ills literally telling me I could have got him killed while I'm just running off.
Right, like, again, I don't wanna jump ahead, I wanna say right at the moment when the shots are fired. Are you saying as the defendant fires the first shot, you then move around the hills, you're not paying attention to 12, so you're not entirely sure what he did?
No, I'm not really sure what 12 was doing.
Okay, then after the first gunshot, what did you see the defendant do? Physically, what did he do with his body?
Oh, he's running up and he shot again.
What does running up mean?
Like he's running and shooting, like he's trying to like find. He's trying to look for a way to shoot because if I wasn't grabbing the hills, I mean,
Did he physically come closer to you?
yeah, he
And
got close.
you're saying,
The whole time it was close, but he got really close.
you were saying that he was trying to move motion around hills, correct?
Mhm.
Is that yes?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. I'm gonna move to some video again.
Is this a new exhibit or?
No, same exhibit, it is people 15. So, Your Honor, what I have on the screen is the file that's labeled sequence surveillance video from People's 15. I have it right now on the video player at the bottom. It's paused at 31 seconds into this video file. And it stopped there. Mr. Efron, do you see the larger video in the background?
Yes,
Mostly gray.
yes.
Do you recognize that area that we're looking at there?
Other than that day,
All right, I'm talking specifically about that day. Can you orient yourself on what you're seeing from that part of the video?
maybe to the far right, that's where the curve is at. That's where the curve is at, and the stop sign where like the incident happened.
Can you point to it with the pointer?
So pretty much we walked right here, and Rocky got to like right along.
Keep your voice up.
I said we got to like right here, and then as soon as like he got into the street around right here, that's when the shooting took place.
Okay, I would say he's pointing to the top left-hand corner, in where the street area is that we can see. Okay.
Right, that is across from that orange wall barricade there, where that is.
That's accurate.
Sure. All right, I'm gonna play the video and then I'll go back and ask some more questions about it. All right, start trying to watch. I'm gonna pause it at 55 seconds. Back. I'll ask you some questions. So let's start at the beginning, start from. I know it's gonna be hard to see from here, but from taking you back to that night, you see the person that we can see best at the top left-hand corner, kind of in the middle of that street. You see that person?
Yeah.
Who was that?
Rocky,
Okay. There's another individual.
well, the red jacket.
Okay. Let me just finish the question because the court reporter has to take it right down. So that would be just above him and maybe just slightly to the left. There's another person there. You're saying that's Jamel?
Yeah, yes.
Okay. And then you and Ills at this moment, are the two of you at the street corner?
I don't know, it's kind of blurry.
That's
Yeah, I can't really see if that's like a high truth or like people that can't really see.
That's right. Let me play it forward a little bit. If you could watch them. But with that, as your memory from that day, would that be the area that you recall being at?
Yes.
Okay. I'm gonna play it forward just a little. Did you see the movement of those two people that I was pointing to just a few seconds ago?
Wait, go back.
Sure. Did you see that?
Yeah.
Was one of those individuals you,
Yes.
and the other one was Hills?
Yes.
And what motion did you see yourself take on the video?
Like running towards it.
Okay, would you have been farther to the left-hand side of the screen just slightly?
Yeah, I'm on the left. It was be on the right.
And, okay, then we go back just a little, starting again at 35 seconds. The person that we see moving forward, is that still the defendant?
Yeah, so I'm kind of like running around Elks at that point while Rocky's like, it's like a circle. Everybody's in like a circle.
I'm gonna go back and restart at about 35 seconds. Can you focus, this time I'm gonna ask you to focus on the person who said it's 12, and tell us where you see that person go, okay? All right, and I'm pausing it at 42 seconds. Where did you see 12 go?
He ran across the wall.
Okay, I have lost here at 42 seconds. Would it be this person here?
Yeah, yes.
And do you remember what this area was at all? I know it's been,
No idea. No idea.
okay. But was there a wall here? Is that what this
Yeah,
white object
yes.
is? All right. Did he make that motion right as the gunshot started happening?
Yes, he did.
I'm gonna play it forward. And I'm gonna stop it at 50 seconds. If you need me to go back, I will, but did you see what you and Ills were doing at that part that I just played? That's short.
I'm gonna go back. I was looking at Jamel still.
No, that's fine. Started back at 47 seconds. Oh, hold on. Maybe like a little farther. Started at 42 seconds. Stop it at 51. Did you see what the two of you were doing?
Yeah, so after Hill dropped his body, I probably was just looking to see where he was before I just run off or continue back down like Hollywood where I was at before.
Okay. When you say Ills dropped his body, what do you mean by that?
Like he physically just dropped, like his weight.
Did you do anything to push him to the ground?
No, no,
Did you strike him?
no, of course not.
Did you throw any punches towards him?
No,
So are you describing him essentially dropping his body to try to get away from you? Because you're trying to hold him?
oh yeah, for sure, for sure.
Did you personally go to the ground as he dropped his body?
Yeah, because he dropped. So I like kind of dropped with him. You could see me like almost drop, but looking back to see kind of.
All right. And then fair to say at that point, that's when the defendant was running
Yeah,
away.
you can see Jamel like pushing him away at that point.
All right, I'm gonna play another video file. Right here, this video file is called combined surveillance video.
Part 15?
Yes, on the same drive. And right now I have paused at 46 seconds. Mr. Efron, would you agree this appears to be the same camera angle?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna play it forward. And I'll pause it in a second. I'm gonna pause it at 54 seconds. Does this look like a zoomed in version of that, in that area where you're describing this interaction happened?
Yes.
Okay. I'm gonna play the video forward from here. I'll ask you some questions. Okay, I'm gonna stop it at 1 minute, 16 seconds. I'm gonna go back to ask you a few follow-up questions.
Right, sorry, could you just identify what exhibit this is?
It's 15.
Well,
The video is called combined surveillance video. So if you want to see, there's
not the sequence,
there's sequence, there's combined, and then there's the 3 files.
they're all part of it.
Yes.
This one's combined surveillance video.
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
All right. Starting at about 50 seconds. Zooms in. Again, just so we're all on the same page of who we're talking about, where it's paused at 55 seconds here, this individual here in the sort of in the middle of the street area, that's the defendant, correct?
Yes.
The person just to the left of him and slightly above him?
Jamal.
Okay. And then it's hard to see where you and Ills would be, but would you agree you'd be,
Wait, don't, both can't talk at the same time.
that's okay. You'd be towards the left here, closer to the corner of the street, correct?
Correct.
I'm going to play it forward and, I'm gonna pause it at 1 minute and 2 seconds. Can you make out, which person you are, Mr. Efron?
Right here in the picture.
Yeah, where it's paused here at 1 minute and 2
I
seconds.
know one with the white Air Force is. It's really hard to tell what the white Air Force is. Oh, I can see it better on here than on the big screen for some reason. But on here, over here it looks way better.
Okay.
Well, I'm just gonna get whatever this is right here, but on here you can actually see it more.
Can you actually see on your back, Mr. Efron, the design that was on the back of your sweatshirt?
Yes.
Okay. In that video, can you point to where the design is, if you can see it on the big screen?
It's white.
So it's say right in the middle of the top of the where the image is paused on.
To be precise, it looks like a white circle on your body.
Okay, and I'll play this video over here. And we stop it at 1 minute and 14 seconds. At this point, have you and Ills separated from each other?
Yes.
And why did you let him go at that point?
I've probably seen Rocky running off already.
Okay. You described the first shot, the motion the defendant made with his hand as he shot the first shot. Was the second shot any different from that?
I don't know at that point. I'm ducking.
You weren't really paying attention
So no, I just was really just trying to grab those.
Okay. 1 second. Do you recall? I'm going to show you equals 7. Do you recognize that area at all?
Yeah,
And what is that area?
that's what happened.
Okay. So where the 2 shots were fired, correct?
Mhm.
You say yes?
Yes.
When the shots were first fired, can you point for the jury to a spot that is near where you were on that street?
I was coming down here, and I probably got to around like right here, I believe, and Rocky was like right here,
Okay.
and it got like then it got all around this area kind of.
You know, Your Honor, actually, I think what may be easier, I'm gonna have him just mark on the photograph itself, just people 7. Let's do, for you, can you put an X where you would be when the first shot would happen?
Probably hopped up the curb a little bit, I would say like right here.
Okay, and then do a triangle for where the defendant was. Okay. Wait. Bring that back up. Let's bring that really clear. Okay, a little better. The X you made is right here, correct?
Yes.
And fair to say that it was closer to the curb,
Yes.
and where you're describing was right by the corner, correct?
Yeah. Correct.
And then the triangle that you made for the defendant is here more in the middle of the street on Vista Del Mar, correct?
Yes.
Okay. As the defendant was shooting at you, was it your belief that the gun that you were using was a real gun or a fake gun?
Can you say that again?
Yeah, did you believe as the defendant was shooting at you that he was shooting a real gun or a fake gun?
Oh, it was a real gun.
And what led you to believe that it was a real gun?
I mean, I was hit. I was hit.
Was there anything else about it?
When you know the difference between, I mean, I don't know how would you, somebody shooting at you, I don't know how to answer that, kind of.
Okay, sir.
And I wasn't, like, I was grazed, I wasn't hit, I didn't have a hole in my hand or nothing, it was like, that's what it was, you know.
At the moment that he first started firing at you, what would you estimate would be the distance between the two of you? And if it's easier to point to something in the courtroom, you can do that.
From the first shooting,
Yes.
probably like where I'm at from where you at, probably, I guess. Or a little bit further, I don't know.
This is, immediately where Mr. Grislevich's standing,
Yeah,
approximately 15 feet from the witness.
Okay. By the time he fired the second shot, what was
like
the
a
distance?
little further, like a little, it was, yeah, around there. Yeah.
Sorry, which shot were you talking about?
The first one, it was like 15 to like 7, 15, like around there, yeah. 3 years ago.
You said on the second shot that he moved a little closer to you. What would you estimate would be the distance of that one?
Oh, he was right up on us. I'm saying us because it was me and Ills. I thought it was a bunch of shots because I'm just trying to like, you literally just duck underneath Ills, do whatever. Which way he was going, I'm putting Ills towards him.
How many shots did you believe that he fired at you?
At the time, I believe it was 3 or 4.
In fact, when you reported this to the police, how many shots did you tell them that he fired at
I believe 3 or 4.
you? And did you tell that to multiple police officers?
I did.
Was there anything that happened after you reported this to police that caused you to change your opinion on how many shots he fired?
No.
So you still, as you sit here right now, is it your testimony that he fired either 3 or 4 shots at you?
I mean, I've seen the video, so I understand it was 2 shots now.
That's what I mean. Okay, so as you sit here now, it's your belief he fired 2 shots at you, right?
Yes.
But when you initially reported it, you reported it as
3 or 4 shots. Yeah. Doesn't sound like that. We're in like a closed, it's real loud. You know what I'm saying?
You said that what changed your opinion was that you watched a video, correct?
Oh, yeah, the preliminary hearing
Okay.
was the first time I seen the actual, like, the sound of the shots.
Your Honor, was the court judicial notice that the preliminary hearing was November 8th of 2023?
I don't have the transcript. Does everybody agree that was?
That's right, yes.
So between the date of this incident, November 6th, 2021 to November 8th, 2023, in those 2 years, you believe that it was 3 or 4 gunshots, correct?
Yes.
And then after you watched a video that had sound, after the preliminary hearing, you changed you understood then that it was 2 gunshots, correct?
Yeah, yes. I mean, truthfully, I thought it was way more, but I'm going off of the video because mentally I thought I got shot at a lot of times.
Okay. If you can, just clarify for us, when you're referring to something, if it's based on your memory or from watching the video. Can you do that?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. Now I'm gonna have to mark my next thing.
17.
Showing you what's marked as People's 17. Do you recognize what you see there?
Yeah,
And what is that?
that's my left hand.
And do you know who took this picture?
Probably was off my phone.
This is a picture you took.
Yeah.
Okay. And do you know when you took this picture?
Probably the day after or the day, that day,
So you're thinking either November 6th or November 7th?
or 8th. I don't know.
Okay, that's fair. Somewhere within a day or two of the actual shooting.
Yeah.
And the red marks that we see on your pointer finger, middle finger, and slightly on your ring finger there, what caused those injuries?
A graze, I believe. Because, like what I said, I felt something hot. And if I was to pull on my hand, I'm not no expert or anything, but if I was to pull on my hand or anything, my knuckles at the top would be messed up and everything else would be messed up. It just was right here.
Okay. So
And
you're
I
saying,
weighed 210 pounds. Probably at that time I weighed 190. So if I'm falling on my weight, my whole knuckle would be damaged on my whole hand.
Your Honor, can I just guess what witness to response to the question was, what's the
Stay,
law?
yeah, that was a non-response.
when you say grazed, are you talking about grazed from one of the bullets?
Yes.
Okay.
Hold on.
It's gonna be a leading objection, but he's saying word.
What do you mean when you say grazed?
Like when he shot the first shot, I felt my hand hot because I felt like I got grazed.
By what?
A bullet.
Thank you. After the second shot, so after the shooting, where did you see the defendant go?
I just ran after it. I just grabbed it.
But where did you see the defendant go?
After the shooting or while he was shooting?
After the shooting.
Oh, I seen him leave. Like I think he just took off
Okay.
and he ran.
And did he run out of your view? So you lost sight of him?
Yes.
Where, after was he the first one to leave?
I don't know.
Did you see at some point, sorry, I didn't mean to talk over you. Did you see at some point, 12 each?
It was 3 years ago. I really don't really remember that. I just remember what happened to me. Like all these small pieces, it's kind of hard to like remember unless I have something physically or I said something around that time to remind me.
Was there a moment after the shooting where it was only you and Hills who were left on the street together?
Probably for like a second, he was still getting up or he was ready to run.
Okay. After Hills went to the ground, what was the next thing that happened?
I think they took off. Like 12 and Rocky took off, and then I'm probably like scanning the area to make sure he's still not there or shooting at me. And then I took off back the same way that I came and went down Hollywood back to the Lowe's.
When you say the same way you came, are you talking about the same streets that you walked?
Yeah.
Okay. So you would have been headed back towards the W Hotel in that area?
Yeah, correct.
And then, did you walk all the way up to Hollywood Boulevard?
Yes, I did.
And from Hollywood Boulevard, did you walk all the way back to the Lowe's?
Yeah, I did, yes.
In the time after the defendant and 12E ran away, where it's just you and Il, I know you say it's a second. Was there anything that happened between you and Ilse at that time?
No, the only thing it was said, and I put that on everything on whatever it was, but he said, you literally almost got me killed. And I looked at him and said, what? You came with him. That was the only thing that was said between me and Ilse.
So there was a brief conversation.
Real brief.
Did you physically assault him?
No, never hit Ilse. Never. And Ilse actually has a broken jaw. Like, he cannot get hit in the face. He has like a wired jaw because Rocky's cousin broke his jaw.
Okay.
Your Honor, I object as a stricken, not responsive.
Sustain, sustain. And testimony is true. Read the first couple of words. Repeat the question, please.
Did you physically assault him? The question is, did you physically assault him?
Yeah, that calls for yes or no. Did you physically assault him?
No. Ilse, no.
That night, November 6, 2021, did you know of any physical sensitivities that Ilse had?
Excuse me?
Yeah, did you know that Ilse had suffered an injury before November 6, 2021?
Did I know that?
Hold on.
You can answer.
Did I know he had like a permanent broken jaw?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. We go back briefly to the surveillance video. Let's stay with this same file, Your Honor.
15 on 15?
Yeah, but the file label combines surveillance video. Briefly. Oops, I'm sorry. I have the video paused at 2 minutes and 47 seconds. If you could watch it, I'll play it. I'm gonna play a couple seconds and then I'll go back and ask you a question, okay?
Yes.
All right, I'm pausing it at 2:54. So let's go back to 2:47. I'll pause it here at 2:48. Do you see the individuals at the sort of towards the bottom right-hand corner of the screen there?
Yes, I do.
You see the person who's walking in front appears to be wearing a black sweatshirt and the person behind has a red jacket on.
Yes.
Do you recognize who the person in the black sweatshirt is?
Yes, Rocky.
And who's the person in the red jacket?
Jamel.
Again, when you say Jamel, that's the person you also refer to as 12, correct?
Yes.
Okay. Last person I want to show you on this video, have it paused at 3 minutes and 51 seconds. So there's only one person depicted in the video here, kind of in the middle of the screen.
Yes.
Do you recognize who that person is?
Yeah, that's Elijah.
And same person you've also been referring to as Hills?
Yes.
All right. Thank you. You mentioned that in your testimony just before that you have watched the surveillance video as part of this case, correct?
That's correct.
At least some of it. Is that
Yes.
correct? Do you know when you first reviewed any surveillance video in this case?
I believe the DA called me to identify in a video if that was Rocky and like the first shooting. But I think that was it.
Okay. Did you meet with police officers before you met with any deputy DAs associated with this case?
What do you mean?
Yeah, did you meet with police officers or police detectives before you talked to any prosecutors?
No.
The first person you talked to in this case was a prosecutor?
Oh, no, I talked to the police, I believe. Yeah, the police.
All right. When was the first time that you talked to the police? You don't have to give us a date, but you can say it was.
When I obtained a lawyer and walked into the Los Angeles Police Department.
How close in time was that to the shooting?
Well, I hit up a lawyer the same night, but it was late, so he advised me I forgot what it was he advised me of at that time, but then I ended up going back and getting the actual bullets myself
Okay, hold on.
and taking pictures with the cameras.
How many, I guess my question is, are you talking about you went to the police within minutes, hours, days, weeks, months? Can you give us just a time period?
No, so I had to wait for the lawyer, and then I sent them everything that I like, the text messages, everything.
You're not answering my question.
Oh,
Give us just a time period. Don't tell me what you did, just say it was within hours, minutes, days, months. How soon after this?
did I go to the police station?
Yes.
The next day.
Okay. Did this incident happen late at night on November 6th, correct?
I would have to see.
Well, it was dark out.
Yeah, I know it was late, but I don't, like I said, it was 3 years ago. I don't remember the dates. I don't remember the streets at this point. I just remember what happened.
That's fair. But when you say the next day, is it possible that instead of being on the 7th, it was on the 8th that you went to the police department?
Yeah, so pretty much I was just waiting for the lawyer to respond back. So I had my business partner.
State, it's not responsible.
Okay.
Eric, can we get grounds for when he makes, it's not responsible. Could we have the defense state grounds and send his objection when they? Just.
Wasn't responsible.
I'm just asking the future, like I said, did you say no responsible? You said objection.
I just said objection. I thought it was pretty obvious that it was not.
Can we just ask in the future that he, if you decide has to object, just say objection and the legal basis. Thank you.
Okay. So the first time you reported this to the police, you say was within a day, either November 7th or November 8th of the shooting, correct?
Yeah, so pretty much I just wanted to wait for my lawyer.
That's just a yes or no, please.
Oh, yes, yes.
Thank you.
Okay.
Now, when you reported this to the police, how did you do that? Did you call 911? Did you call the station? Did you go to the station?
No, we just walked in.
Oh, do you remember which police station you walked into?
I forget what it is. Hollywood or like, I know it was, Hollywood police station. I don't really remember.
And was there a police officer at the front desk that you talked to?
Yes.
And did you tell that police officer essentially what had happened during this incident?
I did.
After you talked to that police officer, did you talk to another police officer from that same station after him?
I don't remember.
Okay. Ultimately, did you meet
I
with
talked to so many people, like the lawyers, like with everything. It was just, I don't remember.
That's what I'm trying to. That's what I'm trying to unpack here now.
Okay.
So you talked to a police officer at the station. Did you then talk to a detective?
I think a detective came out, because once I handed him the bullets, I think that's, and he seen the lawyer I was with, I think that's when he took it serious and like had somebody come out. I think I remember clearly.
Did you later talk to another set of detectives after that first detective that you talked to?
Man, they called me so many times, I don't even remember.
Is it fair to say you talked to a number of people about this incident from the police department?
Yes,
Okay. Did all of those conversations that you're talking about so far occur before you watched the surveillance video in this case?
it happened before I watched it.
So had you seen the surveillance video when you walked into the Hollywood police station to talk to the officer at the desk?
No, I didn't see no video.
When the detective from the Hollywood station called you, had you seen the video at that point?
I think they called me into LA, I forgot when, to identify. I think it was like, seriously, like 8 months later or 7 months, I don't remember, it was a long time.
So was it police officers that showed you the video for the first time?
Yeah, they did.
Okay. But had you already told what had happened before watching the video?
Yeah, yes.
As you sit here right now, do you remember the date that you first saw the video?
No,
And the video that you watched first, do you remember what was in the video that you watched?
it was the one of Rocky coming up to me and brandishing a gun, like where we had like the first initial, like when we see each other.
Outside of the parking garage?
From the, yeah, up front of the garage, yeah, across from the W.
Okay.
And I think they showed me the other one too, of the parking lot. That was so long ago. I was just happy that they had the footage of the movie at the time. I was like, I think that's fine.
So when you say the other one, are you talking about the sort of blurry distance one that we just went over?
Yeah, yes.
Did they, if you remember, did you see any other videos?
I don't think so. They didn't show me a lot.
Did they show you the video that I played at the end there of the defendant and 12E walking up the street?
No, they didn't show me none of that.
Okay.
I think they only showed me 2 videos, which was Rocky with the gun and then the actual like shooting taking place. Everything else they didn't show me. I found out during preliminary hearing,
So,
I believe.
yeah, and I don't want to jump yet to the preliminary hearing, but the first time you watched the video, did you see any video that had audio on it or attached to it?
Only one, but that was the shooting, but you couldn't see anything.
When the police showed you the video, did they play the one for you that has audio?
Oh, no.
Okay. You said the first time you saw that one was at the preliminary hearing, correct?
Correct.
After this incident, so after November 6th, when was the next time that you saw Elijah?
After the incident,
Yes.
I haven't seen Elijah since
In person?
in person.
Now, if there's an allegation that Elijah suffered an injury because of this, was there anything that you saw that that you could speak to what Elijah looked like after this incident?
Is that again?
Yes, if there's an allegation that Ills suffered an injury because of this incident, did you have any opportunity to see Ills' face after this incident?
Actually, I did because one of them posted a video and I took a snapshot of them all eating. They went out to eat the next day after the shooting.
Okay, and where did you see that video?
It was on, I forget whose story mode, but it was one of them, but it was like Barrios. He even had his girlfriend there and a bunch of people eating and he was toasting. and I just figured I'd take a snapshot.
And could you see Hills in that video?
Oh, yeah, you can.
And you took a photograph of that.
I did.
Mark my next.
18.
This is, to show you what I just marked as people 18. If I can get this clear. Can you see that?
Yeah, okay.
Do you recognize this photograph?
Yes,
And is this the screenshot that you're talking about that you took?
it is.
And the video you watched was on November 8th, correct?
I don't really know how to see, but yes.
Okay. But you're
I'll take it
saying,
off my phone, you can see it.
are you saying you don't remember the specific date, but you know it was within a day or?
Oh, I knew it was the next day.
The next day?
Yeah.
And you see Hills in this still photograph?
Yeah, it was right to the, I believe,
Can you
that
point
was,
to?
it was him right here.
Okay, so I would say it's the only face that we can see on the far left of the photograph to the stand next to the person in the red jacket you're standing. Who's the person in the red jacket?
That's right.
Okay. And when you the video you actually saw of this, was it was longer than just this one photograph, right?
Yeah, they was toasting.
And in the video, could you see more of Hills' face?
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Did you see any injury on Hills' face in that video?
No,
Okay. Now, I know we kind of jumped around a little, so I want to go back to the day of the shooting. After the two shots that we heard, the defendant and 12E ran away. You said you and Hills separated, correct?
yeah,
And you walked the same path that you had taken up the street past the W down Hollywood, correct?
yeah, back to the lows.
Okay. What at that point was your reaction to what had just happened? How were you feeling?
Shit. I felt betrayed, I felt hurt, I felt like, that's why I was texting, I wanted to see where he was at with this situation. I felt like he was just denying it, like just acting like the shit didn't happen. So it was hard for me to like even trust him or anybody around him at that point.
When
So I
you
started
say,
calling like lawyers, I had my business partner.
let me stop you. When you say he and him, are you talking about the defendant?
Yes,
Okay. Where did you, well, I think you already said, you went back to the Lowe's, correct?
yeah, I went back to the Lowe's to get my girlfriend for 1 second.
Okay.
But I walked there, I walked to Lowe's, and then I ended up getting my girlfriend.
And
I went back
after,
and got the bullets.
so after you met up with your girlfriend, where did you go?
We drove back to the same spot. So
To,
that was within like an hour or 45 minutes. You could timestamp it and see how long it took me to get back there. But it wasn't hard for me to find the bullets because I knew exactly where I got shot at.
okay, let me stop you. So you and your girlfriend are together, you're driving, you said we went back there. Where do you mean when you say there?
To the incident.
Where the shooting happened or where at the parking garage?
The shooting,
Okay, that street corner?
yes.
And I believe in your answer, you said that, and this is your approximation, that it was about 45 minutes to an hour after the shooting that you went back?
Yes, correct.
Do you remember the exact time?
Probably, I seen it recently on my phone, but it had to be like 10:40 something, or maybe like 11:40 something. So that gives us like an hour from the time that the incident happened. And I took a picture of, the bullet. So I remember, I think you have to show me the time or something, that's how I remember, but first I stopped at Dunkin' Donuts to get a pen and a brown paper bag, and then I went over there in hopes to find, whatever I could find, whether it was cameras, anything, you know what I mean, because I took pictures of cameras and everything, and then so happens to find the bullets, so I take a picture of them before I scoop it up with a pen and then put it in the brown bag.
Brazil, we're gonna take a break now. You heard it. Stretch your leg. All right, folks, we'll be in recess for 15 minutes. So if you could all please be outside the courtroom doors at 11:30, as close to that time as possible. We will resume. Just as a reminder, we're gonna go to
All right, so there's that. We are going to look for the ones that don't know, because their video that they're showing sucks. There's like where? See, I don't know who's doing the full camera, but let me tell you, it sucks. Hold on a minute. Let's see. Where is that? Oh, here we go. All right. Here's where you can see the gun. All right.
Hi guys, welcome to my channel Vasi and the Hey.
All right. Hold on a minute. Now, if you didn't do nothing wrong, or you didn't have that handgun, right? Why would you be running? So, from my understanding, his attorney is saying that it's a prop gun. Well, if that's the case, why are you running? Just saying. Just saying. All right, let's look at the Sweden one. These guys are a bunch of bullies. Just think if he was in, he's from New York, ain't he? Gun charges? That's an automatic felony, ain't it? Oh. All right, hold on. What is with all these commercials? What is going on here? There we go. So here he is in Sweden, being a bully. No, you got to see these guys. They're saying that that was harassing him and his team. I laughed. Okay.
To learn by tomorrow whether Swedish prosecutors will charge him with assault. The rapper has been detained in Sweden for 3 weeks, along with his cousin and a friend, following a street brawl last month. Their case has gained worldwide attention, including from President Trump.
Did you? Okay. Did you see them tossing those guys around like they were nothing? They were just little boys.
Of the 3 men right here in New York City who say they just want justice.
I couldn't eat, I couldn't sleep, I cried.
Nikita Rispers is the cousin of A$AP Rocky. She and her husband say Rocky, their son Dave, and Vladimir Korniel are victims, not instigators.
Listen. We don't want to fight y'all. We're not trying to go to jail.
Video from June 30th in Stockholm shows A$AP Rocky, his cousin Dave, and his friend tell 2 men following them to walk away several times. But minutes later, a second video shows Rocky and the others throw one man to the ground and punch and kick him repeatedly. That man has since been cleared of wrongdoing. You feel that they were defending themselves?
Yes, I don't know what else you can do to allow someone to stop.
The families thank celebrities like Kim Kardashian West, and especially President Trump and the First Lady for advocating for their immediate release. How did that make you feel?
Happy. For him to actually hear what they were saying and then doing something about it, that made me feel proud.
Vladimir Korniel's parents are simply asking for their son's safe return.
As a mother, I don't want to see him there. I just want him to come home.
David Rispers plans to fly to Sweden if the news goes against his son, but he and Nikita believe the video should be enough to clear them of any wrongdoing. Nikita told me Dave called her every day. So can you imagine not getting a call that day?
No, I can't imagine. And the other 2 guys in the...
Okay, listen to this, you guys. I got my own opinion on this kind of stuff, right? I don't care if they're famous and if they're rich. They're just like you and me. And they should not have special treatment just because they got money. However, in the real world, it don't work like that. Okay, fine. They told those 2 guys, I'm going to be nice here. They told those 2 guys to go away. Well, of course, these guys are famous and, they were probably excited. Did you see them with that one guy? He was throwing him around like a rag doll, and then they're kicking him and punching him. Come on now. Bullies. They're bullies, you guys. They're bullies. That's all I got to say. And yes, I guess Rihanna is there. And that's why in the beginning, the judge said about the cameras in the courtroom. Now, this is what I want to say, and I said it earlier in chat. I hope her being in that courtroom, or them even knowing who Rocky is, does not influence their decision. Now, I, in my opinion, the things that are against him, but we haven't heard his attorney yet, is the weapon in his hand, Okay. And him running away after the shooting. But I will say this about his attorney. Do you see he has 4 attorneys right there? 4. He's paying for 4 attorneys. Now the main guy, you guys are gonna laugh. He reminds me like somebody from The Sopranos, and his suits are too small for him. Wait till you see his blazer. What is that noise? Uh-oh. Hold on, you guys. All right. Sorry, everybody. My dad was outside my apartment door. In case you people don't know, I live in the same apartment as my dad. I moved in here to take care of my parents. Okay, I think 15 minutes is up. And what's funny, this court don't start at 8, it don't start at 9. No, we're gonna start at 10:30. Hey Maureen, how are you? No. Let's see. It's only been live for an hour and a half. I know. I haven't seen you forever. How have you been? What is that emoji? Let me look. What is that emoji? I can't tell. Do you know what this trial is about, Maureen? Do you know who this is? What are you doing, Nala, sweet girl? Oh no, you're kidding me. For what? What are you having surgery on? I mean, you don't have to tell me, but oh, jeez. That's got to be painful. How long do you got to stay off your hip then? A skating accident? No, you haven't been blocked. Why would you be blocked? I see you. How you doing, Melinda? What has happened that you think you've been blocked? Have you been trying to type in chat? Don't be confused, Melinda. It's okay. Oh, you can't see the other person's comment? That's because Maureen is on Facebook. So the only way you see her comment is when I put it on the screen and vice versa. She can't see you unless I put you on the screen. Yeah. I have 4 different streams going at one time. Except for not on TikTok. Not on TikTok though. X, Rumble, Facebook, YouTube. I can always see what I'm commenting. Weird. Yeah, because like if you go on Facebook, you know my Facebook true crime, Hit True Crime, I'm sorry. You won't be able to see anybody's comments on YouTube. And we can't see anybody's comments on Rumble or X. Because that's just how StreamYard works. Yeah. Yeah. And another thing about this case, do you know that the judge, I'm not trying to hate on the judge or anything. However, the first day at court, right, during jury selection, he had to talk about how beautiful Rocky's mother was. Yeah, he sure did. I guess he's just not professional like that. And I'm not hating on Rocky either. We got to hear what, his defense is. But, the video says a lot. Actually, you can do up to, let's see, 6 or 8 different platforms at the same time. What's that? Oh, yes, what the judge said. Yes, very. All right, let's see how long they've been on break. They've been on break 20 minutes and 16 seconds. Not understanding it. I think it was yesterday, or maybe it was the day before. They only went until 4 o'clock, California time. The victim here from the shooting? No, it was his friend. He pointed it to the ground, but like it sounded like they're zigzagging. Well, there is video of that, and it grazed his hand. So he's being charged with assault and semi-automatic weapon charges. And he's kind of lucky he did it in California, because if he was in New York, where he's from, or was from, it's a felony, automatic. And I think it's an automatic 5 years to get caught with a weapon. No, this is day 3. But we got 2 trials coming up in February. We got little Evelyn Boswell, her mama, unalived her. And then Donna Alderson. You know, the last time you did this, when they said they were going on break for 15, 20 minutes, they came back 3 o'clock. And what I mean by 3 o'clock is Central Standard Time. So it would have been 1 o'clock their time. Let me see what's going on.
All right, we're back on the record. All parties, jurors, and counsel are present. Mr. Efron is on the stand, and Mr. Zillman, the floor is yours.
Thank you. When we, right before we broke, you were talking about how you went back to the street corner where this incident happened. You had your girlfriend with you, and you personally went back to look for evidence at the crime scene. You follow me so far?
Yes.
And you said that while you were at the corner, you found some fired cartridge cases or evidence that was at the street, correct?
That's correct.
And when I asked you if you remembered specifically what time you went back to the location where this happened, you referenced that you took photographs and there was a timestamp in your phone. Is that correct?
Yeah. Yes.
Okay. Now I'm going to ask to mark my next exhibit. I'm going to actually staple the 2 pages together, Your Honor, so if we can do 19A and 19B.
Eighteen is what? Oh, the shot of the restaurant? All right, 1980.
Mr. Efron, let me actually approach. 19A has some small photographs on it. I'm going to hand the document to you before I put it up there, but take a look at that and tell me specifically if you recognize the 4 photographs that you see small pictures of on this exhibit.
Yes.
And what are those?
Those are pictures I took
Of
showcasing, I believe.
And were those pictures that you took at the scene when you went back?
Yes, it is.
Do you see in the column right next to that, under the line where it says created, there's a date of 11/6/21, and then on the topmost one it says 11:45 and 24 seconds PM. Correct?
Correct.
Does that match the time that you went back to the location where this incident happened?
Yeah, within an hour.
And would that be the time that you specifically took the photograph?
Yes.
Same time you were referring to in your phone, correct?
Yes, it is.
Okay. I'm gonna display this now so everyone knows what we're talking about. Did you take multiple photographs while you were at that location?
I did.
Okay. And Your Honor, I'm gonna just display the page in its entirety first, and then zoom in on the topmost row. The photograph to the far right here Is that one of the photographs you took of the cartridge cases?
It is.
And then the date and time created is in the next column over, correct?
Yes.
All right. And then going down the road, the second photograph would have been created November 6/21 at 11:45:49, so just a few seconds after the first one.
That's correct.
The third one at 11:47:56, correct?
Yes.
And the fourth one on this page, 11:48:01, correct?
Yes.
Now, and I can show them, approach me, we can show them to you closer, but would you agree that the first two photographs appear to be of the same cartridge case?
It is.
So even though those photographs are taking pictures of the same individual thing?
Exactly.
Okay. And then the bottom two photographs, is that, are you taking a photograph of a second cartridge case?
I am.
Okay, so even though there's 4 photographs, these are only of 2 cartridge cases at the scene, correct?
Yes.
And were these photographs that you took before you picked up those items?
Yes.
Was, so these would have been in place at the time?
They were in place, never touched.
Okay. I'm gonna put up people's 19B. Do you recognize that, Mr. Efron?
I do.
And is that one of the photographs that you took?
It is.
In total, while you were at that scene after you went back, how many cartridge cases did you find and collect?
2.
Did you find any more than 2 that you did not collect?
No.
Trying to pull up the computer here, but for some reason it's not recognizing something plugged in. There we go. Your Honor, I'm going to display from the same exhibit, Equals 15, the thumb drive. On the actual drive itself, there's a folder labeled 1616 Vista Del Mar. And contained within that are 2 files. The bottom file starts with magic-QX and ends in the number 2000. That's the file that I have pulled up on screen here. And Mr. Efron, can you see that? Yeah. This would be the same camera that we've seen before, correct, of that location?
Yes.
And it's very small here, but in the bottom I have it paused at 2309:57. I'm gonna play it forward a little, and I'm gonna ask you a few questions. I can see any of these controls. I'm gonna ask you to focus your attention on that same street corner that we were discussing before. Can you see what looks like an individual person walking just off the curb now into the street?
Yeah, that's me. Keep your voice up. Yeah, that's me.
Are you sure that that's you?
Yeah, I'm sure.
How is it that you are sure?
Because we can go back to when I took the stamps and see, like, you know what I mean?
Okay. So that's,
Well, you just spend some time on that, please.
yes. Let's see, I paused it again. So right now it's at 23:10:31, which would be 11:10:31. 11:10:31. And you said you were there 11:45, correct, Mr. Efron?
Yeah.
So this would be half an hour before you said you got there, correct?
Half an hour before.
If this is 11:10 and you said you got there at 11:45.
Hold on.
Can we have it?
Yes.
What's the nature on what the sense?
Wait, you say what now? Say that again?
Yeah, that video shows that person there at 11:10 p.m. and you're saying you returned at 11:45. That was what you said when you said refer to the timestamp on the pictures, correct?
What time did the incident happen again?
The incident happened at 10:17 p.m.
10:17. What time was this?
Encroachment. It might be easier for you to see than me, but it's saying 11:10 p.m.
Yeah, so that's correct.
Right.
Yeah, that's correct.
Well, I mean, can you make out the person that you see in that video?
Objection, Judge.
He's already answered.
No
No
speaking objections.
I'm asking
No
you-
speaking objections. Asked and answered.
Your Honor,
Yes?
I would just ask,
Yes.
I would just ask that counsel, the court has ordered the counsel stay grounds. When he simply says objection,
I know what he's gonna say. All right, I'll wait till he states the legal grounds. I'll wait till you state the legal
please,
grounds.
thank you, Your Honor.
But I know what the legal grounds are, but as soon as he says objection.
Asked and answered.
He already said that.
Your Honor, I believe we are allowed to clarify.
Mr. Lord? No. Go ahead.
Would you agree that the person in that video, what color clothing items do you see that person wearing in the video?
Like again, a white shirt, I think like pants,
Okay.
or sweats.
And you previously said you were wearing a dark colored top, correct?
Mm-hmm.
You said yes?
Yes.
But you're saying the person in this video is wearing a light colored top, correct?
All I know, I went back and found the bullets. I don't know who that is or what time, or I know I came back within an hour. I'm confused on what this is right here.
Okay. When you went back to your hotel, did you change your clothing?
I don't really remember. It was so long ago, but probably, I don't know.
You also said when you went back to the scene, you were with your girlfriend, correct?
Yeah.
Do you see a second person in the video here?
No, but you gotta keep playing it.
Continue to play. All right, they're asking me to wait because they're two computers.
Check it all out, find out what the problem is.
All right. Mr. Efron, did you have an opportunity to watch this video? And sorry, I can take that. It's distracting, the timestamp with the photographs. Did you have a chance to watch this video when you testified at the preliminary hearing?
I did.
When you testified at the preliminary hearing, did you say that's our grounds?
Nice finish.
What's the action?
This regarding impeachment, which is not.
No, there's nothing wrong with impeaching, parties on witnesses.
Can we strike the word impeachment? That's not a legal objection, and he's now describing what we're doing, which is incorrect.
An attorney is entitled to contradict what a witness has previously said.
Did you previously testify at the hearing? That's not me.
What are you going to read from?
The preliminary hearing transcript.
What page?
127. Right now, I'm at line 13.
Hold on. I don't have a transcript. I think I can get one.
Robert, we may have an extra copy.
Alex is going to get public.
Yeah, while Alex is saying that, we approach.
While he's doing that, Your Honor, I'm gonna, just for the sake of time, I'm gonna play the video forward and then I'll come back to the line of question once you have the truth. Okay, Mr. Efron, I just, sorry, my eyes are just not that good. I cannot see the time. It's so small. So it's stopped right now at 23:10:31. So it'll be 11:10:31. I'm gonna play it forward. And I'll read the time off where we stopped. Keep your eye on that person if you would, Mr. Efron.
That's not me, I don't look like that.
Hold on, there's no question.
No question.
Hold on. All right, let's stop it there. I think that's good. Let me just read off the time and we'll replay. So it's now at 23:11:39. So 11:11:39. Did you have an opportunity to watch that person that was depicted on the video during that period of time the video was played?
Yes.
And did you see any other people with that individual?
No.
I'd like to go into the transcript, Your Honor, but
Can you bring me the page?
yes.
We'll just take a look at it before you. 120, page 127, line 13.
Line 13. And it's gonna go into 128.
All right, so you just said. Over to where?
Yeah, it leads to line 6, Your Honor.
All right, this is inconsistent with his trial testimony, so it's fair game.
You want to say? I just asked one.
Well, can we approach your? I just don't want to speak in objection, so that's all I'm trying to.
You can, part that you wanted to read is inconsistent with today what Mr. Efron has testified to. You're entitled to bring out prior statements that are different than in court, in trial statements. So go ahead.
I'm not disputing that, Your Honor.
Yes.
Let me say. Those are we.
See,
Is there something else I need to say? No. All right, go ahead.
So, Mr. Efron, when you testified previously, you were shown that video, correct?
Yes,
Did you say, that's not me?
I believe so. It was a long time ago.
Do you, want to refer to the transcript?
But I remember, I needed to jog my memory. It's the first time I'm seeing it. Once I looked at the video, I noticed that's not me.
Okay.
I don't walk like that. I don't move like that. That look like a homeless person or something.
Did you also in fact say, I don't even walk like that?
When before?
Yes, when you.
Oh, I just had to look just now and notice again. But yeah, I don't walk like that.
Okay. My question is, when you testified previously, you said, I don't even walk like that.
Yeah. Yes.
Did you also previously testify that when you went back, quote, I probably had the same hoodie on, that looks like a gray hoodie?
Sounds familiar. How long ago did I say that?
Is that what you said previously? Meaning, you said previously that you were wearing the same hoodie, correct?
From that day? What do you mean?
I mean, okay.
I don't remember it was so long ago.
You told us that when this incident happened, you were wearing this hoodie.
Right.
When you went back to your hotel and then came back to find the fire cartridge cases, you previously testified you were wearing the same hoodie, correct?
Yeah, so I said.
And answer your honor.
All right, Alex was giving me the, could you read the question?
Yes. Question, when you went back to the hotel and then came back to find the fire cartridge cases, you previously testified you were wearing the same hoodie, correct? Answer, yes.
And when you watched the video, you commented that the person seen in that video was wearing a gray hoodie, or what you meant was the different color hoodie from the one that you were wearing that night, correct?
Correct.
And that testimony that we're referring to, say you said that previously, that was on November 8th of 2023, correct? At a completely different hearing?
That was a preliminary hearing?
Yes.
Okay, yeah.
In court, previously taken judicial notice. Yeah, the preliminary hearing occurred over 2 days. The first day was November 8th of 23. The second day was November 20th of 23.
As you sit here right now, do you have any recollection of how long it took you to find these fire cartridge cases after you went back to the scene?
Probably took me no longer than 2-3 minutes.
In your view, was it a quick, short period of time?
Yes.
You talked yesterday about some of the reasons why you would not have physically attacked the defendant that day, correct?
In general,
You talked about in general the consequences that you feared that would come to your career in the music business. Remember that?
yes,
Those were consequences that you feared would possibly happen if you got into an altercation with him. Have you, since this incident, suffered any actual consequences to your career?
oh, of course.
Can you explain that to the jury?
I mean, it's been a living hell. You know what I'm saying? Like, death threats, just people leaving me to snitch for saying something that happened. My social media, everything that I'm doing as far as social media, I don't have a presence there no more.
You said you were working in the music industry managing.
And then like my artists turned on me, my producers, they all turned on me because of the decision I made. They felt like, okay, this is gonna be like, I can't back them up no more. I can't support them with what I'm doing, going to the police. They didn't want nothing to do with me no more.
When you say they turned on you, what does that mean?
Like they didn't follow me, wrote shit about me, like some of them. Other ones just like understood.
We're not making that road suggestions.
Are you still working with any of those individuals?
No, nobody.
So that would include artists or musicians that you were working with, correct?
Yes.
Would also include producers that you worked with, correct?
Yeah. Yes.
You don't have any of those people that you're managing anymore, correct?
Nobody.
You said that prior to this incident, you had meetings with different executives from record labels, correct?
Yeah.
Do you still have meetings with record labels?
No, they all unfollow me and give me all of them.
Do any of them contact you anymore?
No.
You said you had your own management business called Shut Eye, correct?
That's correct.
Is that still a business?
No. I actually cut ties with all my artists and gave them their royalties. Like I didn't even get no back right now.
Stop.
Is it fair to say that your entire career in the music business is now no longer, does not exist anymore?
In that field of overall music, fashion, just the culture, it's done. All of it done.
And how soon after the shooting did that happen?
I mean, nobody really knew it was me until Jabari posted a picture of me. So then once that happened, it was over.
Okay.
Was that, that doesn't answer your question.
Yeah, was that picture specifically in some way relating back to this shooting?
Yes.
How so?
Because he wrote on one of my pictures, this rat ass nigga snitched on my brother, or snitched on my bro, or whatever.
And after that, your career basically ended.
Oh yeah.
After the shooting, you already said you contacted an attorney, correct?
I did.
Did you ultimately, through your attorney, file a civil lawsuit?
I did.
And is the defendant one of the people that you're suing in that lawsuit?
Yes, him and his lawyer.
Okay. When you say his lawyer, who are you talking about?
Joe Tacopino?
Is he seated at the table here today?
He is.
And why was it that his lawyer wasn't at the shooting when that happened that day, correct?
No, but I got defamation lawsuit against him.
They're opening the door here.
I didn't, well, wait, can you read the question back and the answer?
was it that his lawyer wasn't at the shooting when that happened that day, correct? Answer no, but I have a defamation lawsuit against him.
The question is, why was the attorney not at the shooting?
No.
It definitely was not.
Why was it that Dashes, his lawyer wasn't at the shooting when that happened that day, correct?
Why was he?
Call for yes or no.
Mr. Tacopina was not at the shooting, correct?
No.
Answer number two.
Since, well, when you came to that preliminary hearing that we talked about before, did Mr. Tacopina ask you questions at that hearing?
He did.
Can you give us an approximate of how long that, how long he was able to ask you questions?
I don't recall, I don't remember. It's like a day, half a day, I don't really remember.
Okay. More than an hour?
Oh, yeah, for sure.
And did you answer the questions that he asked you?
I did.
After that day, has Mr. Tacopina asked you to, essentially, if you'll sit down for an interview with him?
No.
Did he ask you, or sorry, he did not ask you directly, but were you asked by the judge if you would agree to an interview with Mr. Tacopina since that day of the preliminary hearing?
Yeah, I was.
When did that happen?
Yesterday.
And what was your answer?
I declined.
Why did you decline to talk?
Because I spoke to him already.
One second. I'm sorry. Okay. I'm gonna mark my next exhibit on
20.
Do you have a friend, first name is Justin?
That's my business partner.
Is he a close friend of yours?
He is.
Someone you've done business with?
Yes.
After this shooting, did you exchange text messages with Justin?
I did.
And did you send him any messages specifically related to the shooting?
Not really. I don't know if it would you call that relating or. Yeah, that's all.
Okay. So I'm gonna display what I previously marked as exhibit 20. Do you recognize what we see here?
Yeah, so I said I want to get this nigga's money.
All right. When you wrote that line, who are you referring to?
I'm referring to Rocky.
And again, was this text message sent after the shooting?
Yes, it was after.
Now, can you see Justin responds to your text, correct?
Yeah, he's a sarcastic person, so he said he's probably trying to get you to perform at complex time.
So when you received that, you didn't receive that as a serious comment that he was making?
No, because he always makes like weird side jokes.
Okay. And what was your response to him after that?
He shot me.
And when you say he shot me, who are you referring to?
To Rocky.
Objection. He didn't say shot. He said he shot at me.
Sorry, I apologize. I did read that correctly. When you said he shot at me, who are you referring to when you say he?
Rocky. Rocky.
Is there a approximate date and time when that text was sent? Is there a way to determine?
There is. Give me just 1 second here. Do you remember the date and time?
It had to be the 7th.
and I can definitely pull it up on my computer. Shoot, yeah. Okay, we'll find the date and time and then we'll enter a stipulation. That works good. Sure. Okay. I'm gonna mark my next exhibit, Your Honor, 21. It is a 10-page document. Text messages, yes. Right, before I explain, I'm gonna approach and ask him to review himself. Now, there's some information redacted on here, Mr. Efron, but do you recognize who the text messages in this thread are between? Okay, and
I didn't hear.
Me and Robbie.
the date that these text messages start, would you agree it's November 6, 21 at about 9:34 p.m.?
That's correct.
Okay, and if you need to refer to context, let me know, but there's two colors of text bubbles. There's blue and there's green. Do you know which one is you and which one is
I'm green. He's blue.
so the defendant's blue and you're green?
Is that yes?
Yes.
And that first message, November 6/21 at 9:34 p.m., that would be before the shooting, correct?
That's correct.
Now I'm going to go all the way to the last page, page 10, and show you the very last message on this thread is marked at November 7/21 at 12:46 a.m. Would you agree that is after the shooting?
That's correct.
Okay. Now you said he is blue and you are green, correct?
Yes.
Let's go through this first page. First text message, what was the content of the text message that you received?
Where you at? Question.
And then the second text message that you received.
Let's get to it.
All right. The third text message,
Start ducking my cold.
and that one was read by you at 9:35, or sorry, 9:39 and 22 seconds p.m.
Correct.
Did you then respond to that message, correct?
Yeah, but we spoke because I answered his FaceTime call.
That's okay.
I
I'm just
lied.
going,
It's not about lying, but I didn't want to tell him exactly where it was at, so I said Trader Joe's.
that's fine. So, and I'm sure there are other messages you exchanged with other people, but I'm just asking you to focus on this,
Okay.
this thread. Your next response to him at 10:08:31 was, "I'm in front of Trader Joe's, drop location."
Correct.
That was PM.
Fine. Okay. Going to the third page, the top of the page, the first.
That's correct.
And how soon after you took the picture did you send it to her?
I don't know, within minutes or if right there, I don't really remember.
Okay. You took the picture at 11:45 and then sent it at 11:58. Does that sound about right to you?
Yeah, that's correct.
But you sent it to him that same night, correct?
I did.
And this, again, this is after the shooting.
That's after the shooting.
And then your next message to him,
You tried to kill me. You tried killing me.
And now we moved into the next day, November 7th, but just past midnight, so 12 o'clock and 55 seconds in the morning, correct?
That's correct.
And then you said to him, the next message,
You should have killed me.
and then your next message to him after that one?
I sent him a text message of his call to me, his text message to me, letting him know that. So when I said you should have killed me, I was meaning I'm about to be the biggest, like I'm about to do what I need to do.
You were showing him the prior text message where he said, where you at, let's get to it, stop that.
I pretty much showing
Wait,
him.
both can't talk at the same time. Go ahead and ask the question again.
Yes, you had taken a screenshot of the text messages where he said, where are you at, let's get to it, stop ducking my calls, and that's what you sent to him?
I did.
Okay, and that's at 12 a.m., correct?
That's correct.
Where are you at?
If you can, Mr. Efron, even though you might know or think what the answer is going to be that the question is over, can you wait all the way until you hear the lawyer finish their question, because the court reporter can't get you both at the same time.
Okay. Now, would you agree that up until that point in the text thread, he has not responded to your messages, correct?
I'll have to see my phone.
So what I'm saying is, you said after the shooting, you texted him the cartridge
Okay,
case,
yes.
and you sent him 3 other messages. To that point, he never responded to any of them, correct?
Correct.
But after you sent him the picture of your conversation, he responded, correct?
Yes.
And what was the first message that he sent to you?
Bro, what the fuck are you talking about? Why? Bro, what the fuck are you talking about? Why are you telling people I shot at you?
And then he questioned or added a question mark to the message that you had sent to him previously, saying you tried killing me.
Yeah, you put a question mark on it.
What did that mean to you when someone puts a question mark on your text?
I can't tell you what he meant by that.
No, how did you receive it?
I received it like he was not owning up to the fact. Like, I just wanted to see if he was gonna own up to like what he was doing.
Okay. And then you sent him a response, correct?
Yeah, on my hand.
What were you showing him on your hand?
The graves.
The same injuries that we displayed before?
Yes.
And then
That was in April 17.
April 17, yes. And then his next message to you was to attach a question mark to your text of you should have killed me, correct?
That's correct.
Did you receive that the same way? Like you said, in your words, he wasn't owning up to it?
Yeah, he was in denial still.
Okay. Top of the next page. What did you text him after that?
I said I did love the young ass.
What does that mean?
Like, I love her. You know what I mean? Like, I didn't expect that.
Sorry, I couldn't hear someone cough.
I did not expect this to happen. So I was just telling him I had love for you.
Meaning before the shooting, you loved
Yeah,
him.
before it.
Okay. Can you read your next message to him?
I said, y'all niggas try to set me up and take me with my daughter.
Did he respond to that message? What did he say?
I try to do what? Nigga, I know you hate me. I hate you too.
Top of the 8th page. What did he say?
Stop making shit up, bro. a bid.
Okay. At that point, what did you mean when you said I got bid?
Video.
What video were you referring to?
So, I was thinking the actual, like, around, I probably was texting him after I got the bullets or something like that, I don't really remember, but when I said that, I probably was already back at my hotel and I already took pictures of every location we was at.
Okay, you said when you went back to take pictures of the actual cartridge cases, there were other things you were taking pictures of as well, correct?
Yeah.
What other things were you taking pictures
Any cameras I seen around?
of? On businesses?
Yeah.
And had you, up to the point that you sent this text, so we're now at 12:40 on November 7th, did you watch video from any of those locations?
No, I couldn't.
Did you have access to any of those cameras?
No, I went to one building, they told me I needed a subpoena.
Okay, so they specifically refused to let you watch it?
They wouldn't even acknowledge the fact that I wanted the video. They was like, you would need a subpoena.
So
I think I went with the lawyer that I had and he told him that.
the point being though, when you sent that text message, at that moment, you had not seen any video related to this case.
I haven't seen anything.
Were you only referring to the fact that you know there were cameras around it?
Yeah, so I wanted to reserve before it gets too late on what happened, because I didn't go to the police right away.
But I'm asking, what are you communicating to him with that text message?
Oh, I'm letting him know that I have evidence, like, you're not getting away from this.
Why is it that you felt like you had to tell him you had evidence?
Because he shot at me, he wasn't acknowledging the fact that he shot at me.
Was he denying that the whole incident took place? Is that how you received it?
Yeah.
Okay, we're gonna have to break it in 2 minutes.
I'm just want to finish with this and I'll be done now. You, after that text message about the video, what did you text him?
See you soon, bud.
Then your next message?
I meant to say, probably stop texting me, you lost it.
Okay. But you, what you actually sent him was
Text
TXT.
everything, you lost it.
All right. And then your next text,
Just stop texting me.
and then how did he reply to that?
Love me, but talk shit about me, shit on me, let me get cut, which I don't know how the fuck I let this man get cut. And it still ain't cut you off. We never had,
Wait, Mr. Efron, can you just read the text and then I can ask you what you.
nigga, you've been a op. You don't love me because we don't do business, so it is what it is.
Okay. When he said that you talk shit about him, what did you take that to?
I never talk shit about him. If anything, I'm just voicing my opinion on why shit is not working.
Okay. Did you know what he was referring to when he said, let me get cut?
Oh yeah, I was there that day, but I had nothing to do with him getting cut.
You didn't personally do anything to him, correct?
No.
All right. And then when he says you've been an op, what is that?
That was the first time I ever heard I was an op from him.
What's an
It's
op?
always new, like an opposition, maybe somebody you don't fuck with. Mind you, I told this dude many times, if you don't fuck with me, just let me know.
Okay. And then, the last text message that he sent to you.
Now you're trying to extort niggas talking about I shot at you and he shot you 4 times and all type of nonsense. You'll phone me, you don't have my best intentions, start
He
texting.
doesn't say mine.
Where?
You don't
You don't-
have the best intention.
Oh yeah, you don't have the best intentions. Stop texting me and stop calling my manager and call the police if I shot at you, you weirdo. So after that, that's when I was like, okay.
Hold on.
How did you receive that text message?
Oh, it was no more trying after that. I was gonna do, like, he literally told me to go to the police.
But did you receive that as him denying that this incident ever took place?
Oh, yeah.
In anywhere in the text messages he sent you, did he refer to an allegation that he used a prop gun
No, never.
or a starter pistol?
No.
When he says stop texting me and stop calling my manager, what is he? What do you know what he's referring to when he says stop calling my manager?
So he had a manager, John, that I was cool with, and he did that. I sent everything I sent to him. I sent to John, and John was like, pretty much like, "Whoa, let me see what's going on."
Okay, but that's what you thought he was referring to, was the fact that you were in communication with his manager.
With his manager, yeah.
Okay. You had a concern about what would happen if you ever challenged the defendant. Have those concerns been realized in your life?
Objection.
What do you mean by that?
Just a minute. About how much longer do you have?
That's it, Your Honor. This is my last question.
So you feel you'll be finished with direct examination?
Yes.
All right. Go ahead and ask the question.
Yes. You've told us about all these fears you had about what would happen to you, what would happen to your career, your life, if you challenged the defendant. What happened? Have those fears actually been realized since this incident?
Yeah, for sure.
Those consequences have happened to you, correct?
Yeah.
All right. I don't have any.
All right, let me see if the sidebar, not on the record before we.
I have no idea what goes on in that courtroom. They just can't get it together. However, I did find a better channel with better quality for, as in looking at what they're showing on the projector and the sound. And then the dude, didn't the prosecution, like the victim here, did they, meet with him and tell him what kind of questions they're going to ask, getting him ready for trial? Well, if he gets away with it, okay, this is my opinion, it's all about the money and the fame, sadly. However, because it's on video, the weapon's in his hand. I mean, come on now. When you're running, you're being seen on 3 different cameras. Plus, there was a lady that, I think the one that called 911, I'm not 100%. She was the first day of trial. But she's seen, or maybe heard it. I can't remember. I don't know what they're doing here. Let me find out. I don't know if they're on lunch break or what. All right. I looked on another channel and they said court will return shortly, and I don't believe that. I don't. Okay, I'm trying to figure out if we should watch this because I don't know if anybody's into like politics or anything, but I keep an eye on what's going on at the White House because I'm nosy and I want to make sure everything's getting done. But you know about the Laken Riley Act? Anybody know about that? About that little girl, that teenager that was AR'd and unalived by an illegal criminal alien. So they just signed this bill. And see, that's the thing. You got Selena Gomez, and this is just my opinion, not hating on the girl, making that video crying on what I don't know what Instagram, I don't know where it was, crying about immigrants, right? Where was she crying when this little girl, Lincoln Riley, life was taken? Why wasn't anybody talking then? Why not about that mom of 5 kids? You know what I mean? Yes, you sure did. Hi, KB, how are you? I am too. I am too. I have been. I said 3 years ago, I said, this is a problem. I go, you watch, crime's going to go up and people are going to get hurt. And look what's happened. You know what really got me though? And I'm going to say it, I don't care. I've said it before. They got cash. And I looked up how much. It was $600 and something a month, one person, right? Plus the food stamps, right? Plus medical, right? Plus staying at, a hotel, right? And this is the kicker here. My dad was born and raised here, okay? We're Americans. He worked from when he was a little boy, from the age 11, until, he was able to retire. He gets cancer. He's got to pay for his treatment, right? Figure that out. $1,000 a pill. I mean, come on. That was the sickest part of all of it. I'm like, boy, you got people that are dying of cancer and can't afford their cancer treatment or their medication, and then you got this going on. It was so gross. So gross to me. Even my Mexican family members are all for it. Yes, I've been seeing that. Like 40% of Hispanic people are for this because it's not saying all of them are bad, okay? But these people worked hard to get here. It takes time. But you got the criminal illegals. That's a big difference. And, the news stations, whatever, they're not saying the criminal part of it and then them being illegal and whatever. And then being set free, they'll commit these nasty crimes. And then they go on to harm other people. It's sick. Disgusting. I don't think they're going to come back, you guys. I want to hear this real quick. Hold on a minute. I don't think they're going to come back. Oh, they probably went to lunch.
$350 executive actions. That's not been done before. And it has reportedly been the single most effective opening week of any presidency in history. And we want to keep it that way. We want to keep it going. We want to keep it going. We've broken from decades of failed Washington policies and restored common sense and sanity to our government. We've unleashed American energy, and we've already achieved record low illegal immigration. As you see, there's nobody trying to get in. And that's what we've been waiting for a long time, and gotten woke ideologies out of our government and out of our military. The water has now begun flowing in California as we continue to increase the flow in coming days. Nobody's seen anything like that. And I've also taken strong action to regain control of the Washington bureaucracy. Just for clarification purposes, because it was incorrectly reported yesterday, we have informed the federal workforce, which they've looked to do for many years, that if they're working for the federal government, they must show up to the office on time and on schedule. We don't want them. We don't want them to work from home because, as everyone knows, most of the time they're not working, they're not very productive. And it's unfair to the millions of people in the United States who are in fact working hard from job sites and not from their home. As federal employees, they must meet a high standard. They're representing our government, they're representing our country. If they don't agree by February 6th to show up back to work in their office, they will be terminated, and we will therefore be downscaling our government, which is something that the last 10 presidents have tried very hard to do but failed. Most of the people we're talking about have not been going to their federal offices in many, many years, from even before COVID. But they have nevertheless been paid. Some have worked, some haven't worked, and most of the studies say that some have just gone through the motions. We may ask these people to prove that they didn't have another job during their so-called employment with the United States of America, because if they did, that would be unlawful. As you understand, a lot of people are getting paychecks, but they're actually working other jobs. So they'll have to prove that to us that they weren't. In any event, we're requiring them to show up to work or be terminated. We think a very substantial number of people will not show up to work, and therefore our government will get smaller and more efficient. And that's what we've been looking to do for many, many decades, frankly. Thank you. In addition, there was a short-term pause or funding freeze on certain discretionary spending payments, such as government grants, only for us to quickly look at the scams, dishonesty, waste, and abuse that's taken place in our government for too long. As was explicitly stated, this in no way affected Social Security, Medicare, Medicaid, or other entitlements that Americans depend on. I've made abundantly clear from the very first day that I ran from office. That was a long time ago now. That's 2015. If you think about it, I announced in 2015 and we won in 2016. We did very well in 2020, but we did really well just recently. And I'm restating right now to correct any confusion that the media has purposely and somehow, for whatever reason, created. Social Security, Medicare, Medicaid have not been affected by any action we're taking in any way, shape, or form. We are merely looking at parts of the big bureaucracy where there has been tremendous waste and fraud and abuse. In that process, we identified and stopped $50 million being sent to Gaza to buy condoms for Hamas. 50 million. And you know what's happened to them? They've used them as a method of making bombs. How about that? We stopped an attempt to make an illicit payment for illegal alien resettlement. We canceled $181 million in DEI training contracts. This is just for the training of people in DEI, which has been terminated and completely terminated. And we paused $1.7 billion in unauthorized payments to foreign organizations, including stopping more than $40 million that was on its way out the door to the very corrupt World Health Organization, which has not done its job and not done it properly. We also, blocked $45 million for diversity scholarships in Burma. 45, that's a lot of money for diversity scholarships in Burma. You can imagine where that money went. These were the types of payments and many others. I could stand here all day and tell you things that we found, and we have to find them quickly because we want the money to flow to proper places. But these were the payments and types of payments affected by the temporary freeze, and the American people strongly support these efforts. I talked about it during the campaign, and they voted for us in record numbers. Every single day, we're now putting America first and fighting to get the most out of every single tax dollar for our great citizens. We've gathered this afternoon to take another historic action. However, in a few moments, the Laken-Riley Act will become the very first bill that I proudly sign into law as the 47th President of the United States. Laken was a brilliant and beautiful 22-year-old nursing student from Georgia, the best in her class. She was always the best. They would say, Laken, how do you do this? And what do you do? They were always asking her questions. She was respected by everybody, even her teachers. They respected her so much. From the time she was in first grade, Laken knew she wanted to spend her time caring for others. That's what she did. To her friends and classmates, she was a light of warmth and kindness in every single room. To her parents and family, she was everything in the world. They've had a miserable period of time. Just after 9 a.m. last February 22nd, Laken went out for a jog on the campus of the University of Georgia, but she was just never returned. She never came back, did she, huh? Parents are here, sister, all of her relatives. While on her run, Laken was attacked, viciously assaulted, beaten, brutalized, and murdered by an illegal alien gang member who was set loose into our country by the last administration. We are deeply honored to be joined today by Laken's parents, Allison and John, and her sister, Lauren. Thank you very much. Thank you. So sad. We were together right after that happened, and it's a tremendous tribute to your daughter, what's taking place today. That's all I can say, but so sad we have to be doing it at all. Thank you very much for being here. To Laken's family, we will keep Laken's memory alive in our hearts forever, everyone's hearts. With today's action, her name will also live forever in the laws of our country, and this is a very important law. This is something that has brought Democrats and Republicans together. That's not easy to do. Laken did it. Laken did it. America will never, ever forget Laken Hope Riley. The vicious criminal who murdered Precious Laken was an illegal alien member of the barbaric Venezuelan prison gang known as Tren de Aragua. He trespassed across our southern border in 2022 and was apprehended by Border Patrol, but under the cruel policies of the last administration, instead of being deported, as he should have been, he was released into the United States, as were millions of other people, many of them very dangerous people. And you see what we're doing? We're getting them the hell out of here. He was soon arrested again in New York City on charges of endangering a child, but because of New York City's deadly sanctuary policies, as we have in California and many other places, which we're going to end them, he was released again to reoffend. The Biden administration then provided this illegal alien criminal with a free taxpayer-funded flight from New York to Georgia, where he was arrested yet again, constantly, this time for stealing from a Walmart along with his gang member brother, who was a bad one. Only after being released a third time by the U.S. law enforcement did this cold-blooded criminal go out in that fateful morning hunting for women on whom to prey. That's what he did. He hunted. It was like a hunter. And we're going to show him who the hunter is. This horrific atrocity should never have been allowed to happen. And as president, I'm fighting every single day to ensure that such a tragedy never happens again. We don't want this to happen. And under the law, thank you. Under the law I'm signing today, the Department of Homeland Security will be required to detain all illegal aliens who have been arrested for theft, burglary, larceny, shoplifting, assaulting a police officer, murder, or any crime that results in death or serious injury. In addition, for the first time ever, this act gives state governments the ability to sue the federal government for immediate injunctive relief if any future administration ever again refuses to enforce the immigration laws of the United States, like happened for 4 long years. And that was happening for 4 long years, frightful years. Amazing. You'd say, how can people do this? How can they allow this to happen? How can they allow criminals to pour into our country and then try and defend it? And they're still trying to defend it, but they can't. That's why I'm here instead of somebody else, actually. It's the biggest reason. I believe it's the single biggest reason. Inflation was horrible. Many things were horrible during that administration. When you look at what took place in Afghanistan, the way they got out, not that they got out, but the way so many things were horrible. But to me, this was the worst of all. It's a landmark law that we're doing today. It's going to save countless innocent American lives. I want to thank every House Republican, every Senate Republican, as well as the 12 Senate Democrats and the 48 House Democrats who voted to pass this vitally important bill, and many of them are with us today, and I really do appreciate it. And I very much especially appreciate the bipartisan support. The Democrats, really a big percentage of them came through, and plenty of them wanted to. They probably felt they couldn't, but they really wanted to. That they don't understand that would have made them a lot more popular, would have made them a lot better with their people. The ones that didn't are going to be, they're going to be sorry, because the people are not going to forget that they wouldn't sign. This is a perfect, incredible tribute to an unbelievable young lady. We're joined today by many great supporters of our new strong border policies, and they are indeed strong, including Vice President Vance, thank you, JD, the Secretary Scott Bessent, who just got approved, by the way. Where's Scott? He just got approved. Scott, I'm very impressed. Got a lot of Democrat votes, too. He got a lot of Democrat votes. It's great. I don't know, is that a good thing or a bad thing? I'll have to think about that. Secretary of Homeland Security, who's going to be fantastic. I know her so well, and I know it's probably not complimentary because she is a woman, but she is tough. Where is she? Where is Christy? Christy, great. Stand up, please. You have such an important job to do. Really great. Thank you very much. And don't let that look fool you. That look is, she's tough, and she cannot stand what she's having to sit here and even listen to this today. Another one who's done a job like nobody that I've seen in a long time, Tom Homan. He's my friend, but he is something special. He's something special. Right. And Tom and Christy, the numbers are unbelievable. What's happened? It's like just shut down. Nobody thought that was even possible. It's just shut down. They showed an area that a year ago had thousands and thousands of people rushing into our country. And today there was nobody there. It was like a beautiful sight. And also Senate Majority Whip John Barrasso. Great guy. Great guy. Thank you, John. And I also want to thank the bill sponsors, Senator Katie Britt. Katie, thank you, Katie. And Congressman Mike Collins. And Mike, you were fantastic from Georgia. He took this, he loves his state, and he took this very personally. So it's thank you very much, Mike. As well as Senate Judiciary Committee Chairman Chuck Grassley. Chuck is here someplace. Chuck, thank you very much. You look great. And House Judiciary Committee Chairman Jim Jordan, who's a special guy, special man. And House Homeland Security Committee Chairman Mark Green. Thank you very much. Thank you, Mark. And we have many other congressmen and senators, but I'm not going to introduce because this is about your daughter. This is about something that's so important, and we're going to just go along. Thank you also. We have to say Burt Jones is in the room, and Burt is your lieutenant governor, and he was on this like you wouldn't believe. Thank you very much. I see you sitting there. Thank you very much. So we have state, local officials, we have law enforcement organizations, we have everybody. Most of them are in the room or represented in the room, and they're incredible people. And I've never seen them come together like they have for this. I've done many of these, not of this kind, but different bills, different passages having to do with many different things from homeland security to inner security to taxes to 50 different items. I've never seen such support as you have today and as your great daughter has today. So I've never seen anything like it. And we have to thank your daughter for that, because she's going to save a lot of lives. She's going to be responsible for saving a lot of lives. So I'd like to just say to the Angel families, I've been with them and they've been with me from 2015 when I first got this crazy idea in my head to run for president because we can do better as a country. I want to thank so many of the people that are here that have been the angel moms, and we call them angel moms, but they're angel families, fathers and sons and daughters, but they've suffered tremendously like you have for no reason whatsoever. I want to thank Alexis Nungari, the mother of 12-year-old Jocelyn Nungari, murdered last summer by 2 illegal alien gang members released into the United States by Joe Biden's open border stupid policies. And thank you very much, Alexis. I want to thank you very much. We had an amazing trip, and it was really special to meet you and your family. Appreciate it very much. So sad we have to be here, frankly. And Jocelyn, as you know, is in our hearts as she was then. It was an amazing day. We had a great day. But it was a day of celebration of somebody that unfortunately won't be with us, but she is with us now. You know that. Here also is Patty Morin, the mother of Rachel Morin, killed 2 years ago by an illegal alien who was let into our country by the last administration's ridiculous, weak policies. Open border. Can you imagine? When I heard open border, I said, oh, that's terrible. They're going to release their prisons all over the world. They're going to release their prisons into our country. That's exactly what happened. Patty is joined by Rachel's brother, Michael, Rachel's daughter, Clementine, and sister-in-law, Shannon. Thank you all for being here. We appreciate it very much. Thank you very much. Thank you. With us as well is the loving family of Kayla Hamilton, a 20-year-old girl murdered in July 2022 by the MS-13 illegal alien gang member who is violent, vicious, and they knew it, and they didn't do anything about it. And I want to thank you to Kayla's mother, Tammy, and her grandmother, Kathy, and her stepfather, Jeremiah, very much. And finally, I want to thank others who have also suffered this horrible scourge that goes on with young people being killed, and other people too, but young people, largely young people being killed. Thank you to Scott Root, the father of Sarah Root, killed at 21 years of age. Think of that, 21 by an illegal alien. Shouldn't have been in our country, would have never been in our country if we were here. What a sad thing. To each of these angel families, we love you and we stand in awe of your courage and your strength. It's the toughest thing anybody has to go through. Many of the angel families here today were betrayed by the last administration, and with this heartless and foolish and really very, very arrogant and very, very dumb policies that aren't even believable when you talk about common sense. I say we're the party of common sense, but the Democrats also, they have plenty of common sense. And that's why so many are here today and so many supported what we're doing. The very government that was supposed to protect their daughters instead opened our borders and transported the world's most dangerous criminals straight into their communities. They came from prisons and jails and insane asylums and mental institutions from all over the world, not just South America. People think South America. They come from all over the world. They come from every continent. And they came here by plane, and they were loaded onto buses, and they were driven right up to our border, and they drove right through the border, and nobody even said a word to them. And in those buses and those cars and those trucks were some of the meanest criminals anywhere in the world. As of last September, 425,000 illegal alien criminals were roaming free, including 13,099 convicted illegal alien murderers, of which about almost 50% killed more than one person, and they were roaming all over the country in our farms, in our cities. Under the Trump administration, we're moving with urgency and speed to get these vicious and violent criminals the hell out of our country and to restore law and order to our suburbs, our cities, and our towns. And we're going to do it with Tom and with Christy and with all of the people that are working so hard on this. This week, compared to a comparable time a year ago, think of this, the number of illegal border crossers has already fallen by more than 100%. And because the election was coming, they started getting a little bit tougher on the border. They tried to follow our policies, and they did much better, but it still was horrible. The numbers were still horrible. So that's 100% over those. They only did it because of the election, so they knew what they were doing was wrong. And those who do cross the border, and you're seeing that every time, all you have to do is turn on your television set or pick up a newspaper, or read any form of new media, because we have a lot of new media today, fortunately, that's letting the word get out. But they're watching these people be captured and removed from our country. ICE arrests have risen by 15 times in just a short period. And over the past 8 days, the heroes of ICE and Border Patrol, we can never forget Border Patrol. Those people, I've gotten to know so many of them. Our border czar, as you remember, never went to the border and never made a phone call. She was the border czar. She never made one phone call. They went to the heads of border. They went to the heads of ICE. Did you ever get a call? No. And she admitted she never made one call, but she was the border czar. And that's exactly what our border was all about. The heroes of ICE have arrested thousands and thousands of illegal alien criminals, including hundreds of gang members, traffickers, child predators, terrorists, and murderers. For the first time in history, we're loading dangerous and illegal aliens into military aircraft and flying them back to the places from which they came. You probably read about Colombia 2 days ago. They said, no, we're not taking them. I said, we're going to take them. You're going to take them. You're going to like it too. You're going to take them. They talked about, we're not going to take people that are in shackles. I said, well, but the people that are in shackles are murderers. They're drug lords. They're rapists. They're very tough people. They make our criminals look like very nice people. That's about the only thing that comes out of this. And I say, could you imagine you're a pilot on the plane and you have your co-pilot and you're sitting there and you have 150 people, no shackles, and they like to murder people? And this would not be a good flight. So Colombia apologized to us profusely within an hour based on something I said, meaning you're going to pay tariffs like nobody's ever paid tariffs before. But they actually wanted to terminate his position. They're essentially Congress met and they were very angry with them. But they actually said they were going to send the presidential plane to pick up these criminals and to bring them because they didn't want to inconvenience us or have us do a second flight. And that's what they did. And I appreciate it. And I do appreciate the people of Colombia are wonderful people. And the representatives really acted well. And I appreciated they took back that tough talk. But, we may have tough talk from others, but it's not going to mean anything. They're going to all take them back and they're going to like it too. They're going to like it. They're going to take it back and they're going to like it. Today, I'm also signing an executive order to instruct the Departments of Defense and Homeland Security to begin preparing the 30,000-person migrant facility at Guantanamo Bay. Most people don't even know about it. We have 30,000 beds in Guantanamo to detain the worst criminal illegal aliens threatening the American people. Some of them are so bad we don't even trust the countries to hold them because we don't want them coming back. So we're going to send them out to Guantanamo. This will double our capacity immediately, right? And tough. That's a tough place to get out of. Today's signings bring us one step closer to eradicating the scourge of migrant crime in our communities once and for all. And it was just it's just an unforced error that we even have to be doing this. Now we need Congress to provide full funding for the complete and total restoration of our sovereign borders, as well as financial support to remove record numbers of illegal aliens. And these are illegal alien killers, criminals at levels that nobody's ever seen before. And you would have known that, and you were there when I said it. I said, everybody that's bad is going to be thrown. If you look at Venezuela, Venezuela's crime is down 77% because they've taken their gang members, their prisoners, their drug dealers, their drug lords. They've shipped them all into the United States. Many other countries, their crime is way down, and our crime is not doing well. But we're going to have it do really well very soon, and we're shipping all these people back where they came from. And now, before I sign the Laken Riley Act into law, I would like to ask Laken's really incredible mother, who I've gotten to know. A very sad day I got to know her. But this is an amazing tribute to an amazing young person. And if you could come up, Allison, and say a few words, that would be great. Thank you very much.
Thank you, President Trump. We would like to thank Senator Katie Britt for her diligent bipartisan work to get this bill through the Senate. We'd also like to thank Congressman Mike Collins for his unwavering passion and for leading on the Laken Riley Act from the start. Our family will forever be grateful for the prayers of the people across our nation and for helping to get this legislation into law. We also want to thank President Trump for the promises he made to us. He said he would secure our borders and that he would never forget about Laken. And he hasn't. He's a man of his word. We trust that he will fight for the American people. Most importantly, I want to thank our Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ, because without his sacrifices, Laken's story would have ended on that horrific day that she was taken from us. But because of him, we can continue living knowing that we will see Laken again. There's no amount of change that will ever bring back our precious Laken. Our hope moving forward is that her life saves lives. We're so thankful that her passion for helping others and her legacy for doing good in the name of Jesus Christ will carry on. Thank you.
Thank you. Come on, why don't you stand right your hand? Stand right over there. Thank you. We're going to sign this in honor of Laken Riley. Come on up here, some of the people that we love that have been so instrumental. Okay? Okay. Thank you.
Mr. President, government funding, can you take a quick question on government funding? Pause.
I don't think this is appropriate time, really. I respect that, but I don't think it's appropriate. I can just tell you government is doing very well and we're cutting way back, but this is not the appropriate time. Thank you.
And there's that. Oh God, that's so sad. Okay, that was the 22-year-old. But there was a 12-year-old or 13-year-old that was art and unalived, and then that mother of 5, and then there was another one. Who knows how many actually? So sad. Okay, let's see if they came back. What is going on? What is going on here? You have got to be kidding me. Hold on a minute. I guess it's over. Long Crime don't have it on. Let's see. Why? Let's see. Court TV. Okay. So there's that. That's sad. All right, but like I talked about earlier, the court, 2 new trials coming next month. I want to put together a little thing, like an update of Megan Boswell from the time that baby Evelyn went missing, and yeah, because I've been following that case for 5 years. Yes. But I want to thank everybody who came through, and yeah, so I'll end it because they're not coming back, I don't think. Okay, talk to you guys later.